Welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast. It's still carrying for the eyes part 2 and I have Dr. Priscilla Imade right here with me on the Bumper Breakfast this morning. Good to have you back.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Good morning.
So I have been trying as much as possible to figure out what not to eat. We talked about it last week. Yes. We're going to focus more on diet that damages the eyes and common practices that damages the eyes. Let's quickly have a test this morning before I do my own test. I have tests to do. I test to see if my eyes are still okay.
You are becoming an optometrist, Abby. Well, okay. Common practices, things you should not do that if you want your eyes to be healthy. Number 1, don't put anything in the eyes that is not prescribed by your optometrist. I have seen people put things like agbo, herbs in the eye. Some put potash, some put urine, some put breast milk, some put battery water, and all sorts.
But they used to tell us that we should put potash, breast milk in our baby's eyes.
It's a common practice. It's not recommended. It's not advisable. Because, some people feel because breast milk is sterile, well, it can treat. No, most time when your child has a bacterial conjunctivitis, you come to the clinic, we give you eye drops. That is not a sustainable practice and it should be discouraged. Because even sometimes too, in the process of overputting the milk can even be infected on the baby's face or around the surroundings and things like that. Things can go wrong. If it's not an eye drop prescribed by an optometrist, don't put it. I had a case of a woman who the child had red eye.
Yes.
And she applied potash on the eyes. They said put potash in water, and then the eye will clear. And before you know it,
the baby will go blind.
The cornea was eroded, and it became a serious issue before she came to the clinic. So please, let's avoid those things. Some people have also told me, doctor, they said when I wake up in the morning, the first urine I should just put in the eye, and my eye will be shining and clear. So please, those are harmful eye practices. Avoid that.
Like you wake up in the morning, that first urine,
they say put it in the eye.
What if you have infection in your body?
Oh, that is the thing. How about drivers? They said, doctor, I can put petrol in my eye. One driver told me, say, when my eye are red, I put petrol to clear it. All the yama will just go off. Bam. So please, those are harmful eye practices. Let us avoid them. Anything that is not prescribed by your optometrist, please don't put in the eye. By so doing, many people have damaged their eyes. Another common practice I have found here is that people are always in the habit of, when they have eye problem, they just go to the chemist, just go and buy eye drop. Or they will ask their neighbor and say, Tumishe, last month your eye was paining you, the eye drop you used that cleared it, please write it for me. Then they will go and buy.
They will turn themselves into doctors.
Exactly. There was a case I also had in my clinic of a man who's had pain in the eye, and the neighbor told him, this is the eye drop I used when I had such symptoms. You know wait, but the eye drop was putting, and I discovered after 1 week he could no longer see. That was when he now came to the clinic, and when he was coming, they had to hold him by the hand. Exactly. Yes. When I examined him and I discovered that his pupils were dilated, he was using dilator eye drops. And I asked, where did you get this? How did you come about this? And he said to me that the neighbor told him that this was what he used when he had issues. And he went to the chemist and he bought it. And lo and behold, it was the wrong drop. And if he didn't come to the clinic, perhaps he would have maybe lost his sight. But at least we were still able to revive the eye and everything. So please, if it is not a medication prescribed by your optometrist, don't put in the eye. Avoid self-medication. Avoid putting anything at all that will harm your eyes. Another thing also we should also stop this season is wearing other people's glasses. Some people, they just come to me and they say, doctor, I wore my wife's glasses, so I've been using my colleague's glasses to read. I couldn't see. I wore my wife's own and the thing was very clear. I wore my colleague's own and it was very clear. So all these things, the prescription of your wife is not your own. Your colleague's prescription is not your own. And then no two people have exactly the same eyes or the same eyesight. So when you start wearing other people's glasses, you may end up damaging your eyes. You may think you are seeing, but on the long run, you may actually be damaging your eye. Another thing too, we should also discourage this year is the habit of patronizing quacks. Some people will say, optometric clinics, they are too expensive, eye test is too expensive, glasses are too expensive, then they will not come to the eye clinic. They will not go and meet quacks. In their heart of heart, they know that the person they are dealing with is not qualified, and then they will follow the person's recommendation. At the end of the day, when they now have serious issues with the eye, they will now be looking for the eye doctor. Some people have gotten glaucoma like that. They didn't know that the glaucoma was there because they were patronizing quacks, and these people will not be able to carry out the comprehensive eye test that we talked about last time.
They'll say there is one optician by the market that you can go to.
Why will you do that?
I'm not asking the question. Which one is the correct person to go to?
Thank you very much. In Lagos State, for example, we have certification. Lagos State government ensures that each health facility is accredited to provide healthcare. Yes, HEFEMA. So they will put their logo there. Once you enter any clinic, you will not see the HEFEMA logo. Please turn back. Also, the Nigerian Optometric Association certifies our members. We also have our own registration that we renew every year. So when you get there, you will see it. So I mean, even on your own, you will know whether somebody is a quack or not. And then, the reason many people patronize quack, like they have told me, they say, they are cheap, qualified personnel, their prices are too expensive.
Is it possible?
How much can you pay for your eyes?
No, but is it possible for when you now have your prescription? Can you now take it to just anybody producing glasses to do it for you?
That practice too is also wrong. Over time, I believe in Nigeria we would put a lot of things in place. If you go outside the country,
because people sell frames today, and then the next thing is
they sell glasses. Even some people told me, I bought these glasses on the road. I bought it in traffic, and just like that. And I'm like, how can you commit your eyes to such? How can? So please, all these practices, people may be doing it, they are getting away with it, but ultimately you will end up paying for it later. So please, we highly discourage that. If you go to developed countries, these things are not so. If you must meet, we have 3 people who work as far as the eyes are concerned. We have the optician, the optometrist, and the ophthalmologist. If you have a prescription from your optometrist and you want to meet your optician, in developed countries, they are certified, they are qualified to do it. But here, we don't produce lenses in Nigeria. We don't manufacture lenses. We don't, even frames, we don't do. So all these things, we really don't, you yourself, you don't understand the nitty-gritty of how they work. You don't know even the science behind the fact that you can put glasses on your eyes and you can see. So how will you know if the material that lenses was made of is adequate, is appropriate, or is suitable? So one has to be very, very careful.
So everything that has to do with these eyes is very delicate.
Yes, and with time, regulations are coming on. I know the Standard Organization of Nigeria, in conjunction with the Nigerian Optometric Association, they are trying to put standards